What's up YouTube, this is Nicholas's Figure Reviews and this is the video review for SHFiguarts Agito Ground Form Renewal. Alright, so this is another backlog review that I decided to do because, you know, my drive stuff haven't been arriving yet, so I might as well since I got this recently and it's also released kind of a few months back and I thought of reviewing something, so why not? Alright, so here we have Agito Renewal, the packaging. We have that mini nice sexy looking Hot Toys packaging thingy. So we have a silhouette of the figure over here, very nice, and have that grainy kind of look to it. Bandai Tamashii Nations. You have this side, you have the other side with that chrome lettering. I put the box upside down, but here you have the figure in some poses. Just gonna zoom in, even though if some of you guys have seen it before. Pretty cool. And you have the information at the bottom, and that's pretty much it for the packaging. Alright guys, we're back and here we have Agito Renewal out of the packaging. On the first look of the figure, you can see lots of improvements has been put onto this figure if you compare it right next to the first version, which I kinda like in my opinion for what it is, but I don't have the first version so I can't really put a comparison for it. But for scale, I'm just gonna put it beside other figures for comparison. So here we have Kabuto Renewal. So they're the renewals standing both side by side with each other. Kabuto's shorter for some reason. Nope, I think they're just the same height, it's just the angle. You have this figure that recently got released. You have the Metal Heroes Fire Wind Spectre. She's kind of shorter. And of course, obviously, I just had to put in my Kit Bash Kamen Rider Rider. So Agito is pretty much a good size for your other Rider Figuarts to fight with. Alright, so moving on to the articulation points for this figure. I'm going to start from the head down, as usual. So I'm going to focus. Alright, so for the head, you have a double ball joint on top and you have a neck joint down below. So you get quite a lot of movement. You have up, down, left, right, so tilt side to side. And yeah, pretty smooth ball joint in there. For ab crunch, this is a 2.0 figure. So what you can do with the 2.0s is that you can pull the body and you can give it a wider range of ab crunch. Pretty cool. And you can kind of make him taller. But since there's a hinge in the ab joint, you can just push it up and down so it kind of blends in and all that. For the lower torso, you have a ball joint that rotates 360. At least manages to. The belt is a separate piece. You have hip joints that go front, a bit to the back, splits that flow very well with the suit. You have a thigh swivel that gives you just enough. Double jointed knee that gives a really good bend. Ankle, 3-point rider ankles that give you side to side, front and back rotation, and you have a toe joint. For the arms, you have a ball jointed shoulder with a joint hider in there, so pretty nice. Universal joint that go out all the way. Thigh swivel, bicep swivel, sorry. You have the individual ball jointed and hinged shoulder pads that go down and around. You have double jointed elbows. A forearm swivel down at the gauntlet right here, and you have the typical 2.0 wrist joints. So a pretty cool little Agito figure. Alright, so moving on to the details, which is not a lot to cover, but I really like how this guy looks here since he's my childhood rider, so why not? Right. The head sculpt is done really nicely and a lot improved if you, of course, you compare it to the 1.0. It's not really clear from my camera, but you can see the compound eyes in there, nicely done. It's not really messy like the 1.0 because you know how the 1.0 works, you have to change just the face. but this time they gave you a whole new head as a piece, and it looks pretty nice. For the horns, gold paint is applied quite nicely, quite clean, and there isn't any paint drips on mine. You have the gem right on top, and the paint and the color separation for the mouthpieces are quite good as well. Rest of the helmet is done in matte black, so is the suit. Has a really nice matte texture, like what the undersuit is supposed to have. For the chest piece is where you find some really nice details, especially the gem in the middle of his chest. If you can look closely, which I think my camera can't. Can I? Oh, that's nearest. Alright. If you can see closely, the gem in the middle of his chest is done in a transparent piece, and if you look closely, there is a fist in there, sculpted really nicely to represent ground form, and I really like that detail that it thought of putting in. Agito belt, really nice detail as well. You can see the insides, and this belt is separate, so you can put it on the figures, or you can reuse Decade Renewal and put Decade's belt on this to give you final form right Agito or something. With the buttons on the side of the belt, then transparent as well. Really nice detail all around the figure. And for the legs, is nothing much, but you still get really nice sculpting and detail, pretty clean. And for the sole of the suit, you have Agito's symbol down there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. You can see the eyes over there, and the mouth and all that. So really nice detail along this figure. I don't have things to say about this figure because it's kind of like a rush review. But oh well. For accessories that comes with this figure, you don't get a lot. Pretty much like Cougar Renewal. But instead of lots of hands, this time you get a head and 3 more pairs of hands. And most of the hands are in kind of the same gesture. Alright, so for the main attraction of the accessories, I'm going to go through this one, which is the extra head that he comes with, which has the crosshorn crest, but expanded to, represent his finishing forms and all that. It's done in a really thin plastic, so you might need to be careful to not bump it anywhere or else it will snap. Changing heads is not that easy. I mean, it's not that difficult. You just simply pop it off and just take the other head and pop it on the ball joint. And now you have Agito ready to do his finishing moves. And a quick comparison. Sorry. Focus. Oops. Just a quick comparison. Here we have the 2 heads side by side. Really nice. I think the gold paint applied is a different shade for the one with just the 2 horns, but it's not too noticeable. But oh well, they still look good. For Agito's hands, he comes with the standard closed fist. He comes with hands that are slightly open but with fingers together. He also comes with widespread open hands to do high fives or slap people with. And lastly, he comes with hands to do his signature pose. After all that, I guess I'm pretty much done with the review. So, on my overall thoughts of the figure, I think that the figure has lots of really nice simple details and lots of pretty nice hidden sculpts too, especially the chest gem thingy, the compound eyes, the belt, and maybe many more that you may never know. So after all, I give this figure a 9 over 10 because it's kind of lacking of accessories, but I guess it's alright because Agito didn't come with any accessories for his main form, and I guess that's alright. But for Renewal, I think that you got what your money's worth, and I think that you guys should go buy him if you are a fan of Agito, or if you want stuff to take pictures with, or a nice figure to play with, or if you're collecting the renewal line. So I guess that's pretty much it of this review. If you enjoyed this review, do leave a like, comment, and subscribe below. Subscribing to my channel will really help my channel a lot, so I really appreciate it if you do subscribe. This is Nicholas's Figure Reviews signing out, and hope to see you guys in another video. Peace.